At the university, we're behind firewalls. You don't have those same firewalls from home. Those are considerations. This is not going to be a blanket, okay, you can work from home from now until the end of semester or whenever this thing, um, whenever we can come back to what we now call normal. It will be a rolling approval in that we will be checking in with employees who are working from home on a regular basis to make sure that that is still a consideration. Thank you. I see Susan J's comment about VPN. And if Carl or anyone else from Info Security can add some stuff in about what we need to take care of, that would be great too. So there will be, as I was saying, there will be checking in regularly to make sure that work is being done. If you are someone who is given approval to work from home, you must be available during work hours for Zoom meetings or any other kind of meetings as well. We will be asking folks to account for their time. What are they doing? How are they doing it? We will be having, there's going to be a request, I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sense of my notes too. There'll be a request form and it will need to go through the supervisor, of course, and we're hoping that we can also ask the program administrators to take a look as well. From Kara, UHITS. Are you guys seeing the chat? Yes. Everyone sees chat? Okay. Harry, whoa. Is there a way to see this scrolling anywhere, Jamie?
Yeah, if folks click on the chat icon at the bottom of their screen, it will pop up on the right-hand side.
Yay, thank you.
And we can, I'm recording the session just so everyone knows, and I can get a download of the chat after as well, so.
Okay. Okay, Harry, that they can come into campus to, that, yes, offices will be open. Thank you, Harry. Campus facilities will be open. Not all spaces will be accessible. However, we're trying to minimize the spaces that need to be sanitized on a regular basis. So auxiliary services and admin services are working to put a list together, and we're going to be aligning that with the people who have requested to continue teaching face-to-face because they have equipment needs that students need to access. So yes, buildings will be open. Some spaces may be regulated. You may also have bathrooms may be also restricted so that we minimize the bathroom cleanups. We may also be asking folks to centralize trash cans or office trash cans so that the custodians aren't coming into your office, needing to go around your desk while you're there, to minimize, again, to minimize the or to keep social distance. Dave Stevens says deliverable tasks, and that's correct. So when you're working from home, it will be easiest if we give people assignments that we can say, okay, you're done. Let's think of something else for you to do, not just sit there in front of your computer. Let's see. I don't believe we're going to require physicians' notes. I think it all is going to be based on face-to-face, function, whether the function can be delivered online. There are some people who may need to stay home. Those who have folks who they are connected to that are already tested positive or those kinds of things. And there's FAQs on the HR website. So please do take a look at those. Campus libraries will be closed. No, that is not true. Campus libraries are open and testing center is open. Please understand that the library will be open to employees and students only. We are not open to the public. And the testing center has limited capacity because we will be imposing social distance on test takers as well. So the testing center will have a capacity of only 18 at a time. Can staff borrow laptops to work from home? I don't believe so. There are laptops available in the libraries, minimal or limited numbers for students, but no. Any info on internships in the field? No, I have not had a chance to ask that question. I think, thank you, Harry, for the comment. Faculty who need extra help have been going to the sessions that have been offered by the DE faculty. Star Balance has also been sent out to the student affairs people. And if there are things that the department chairs can say to their faculty, that's fine as well. All of that information has been, I think, delivered through the workshops. If the faculty have not been going to those TLC workshops, now's a good time to do it. They are still on for tomorrow and Friday. Desktop computers, I haven't seen anybody say, no, don't take a desktop at home, to home, I'm sorry. So computers are finicky things. So I know that the tech support folks don't like things being carried around. There will need to be some kind of a documentation as to anyone who's taking technology home so that we know where it is and we can track it. Carl, if you're on this and you're listening, please do feel that you can chime in.
Thank you, Louise. As we move forward with employees with the possibility of working from home, information security is going to be paramount. We still have to follow information security policies as established by the University of Hawaii. I am in contact with UHITS and we are in the process of coming up with guidelines on how to deal with information security if you are to work from home. These guidelines will be coming out shortly. We're still trying to finalize everything. Susan Jaworski did mention VPN, which is considered a virtual private network. Not all UH services will require the use of VPN, but some will. It'll depend on the work that you do. The question about whether employees can take their desktop homes is also under discussion. As we get a clearer recommendation from ITS and their leadership, we'll pass that information out to everyone.
Thanks, Carl. Let me catch up on some questions here. Will the cost of ProctorU for students be covered by the campus? No, we are not, and we are not promoting the use of ProctorU for those classes that now have gone online. The classes that began online, the students have the option of doing ProctorU. Classes that are going online now, we are not encouraging you to use ProctorU. You can ask the students, but you cannot mandate the students to do ProctorU. Our hope is that faculty will consider alternative ways of doing assessments. So using Laulima time tests, time such that people who don't really know the answers aren't going to be able to research it through their books in the 40 minutes or 50 minutes that you give them for a test. So please be considering alternate assessment methodologies rather than mandating ProctorU. You can offer it, but you cannot mandate it. And if you mandate it, the campus will not cover it, and you will get student complaints. There are students who are on financial aid and they don't have that funding as part of their financial aid package. There's a question about summer session. That came up today in the meeting with the administrators, and I am suggesting that we consider going totally online for summer. I've asked the deans to meet with the faculty to discover how easy that can be or how feasible that is. But I don't see right now any let up in the situation that we're dealing with. So if we're going to go online only for this spring semester, it's only one more week to the summer, and I don't know that things will change that drastically in a week. So we will be considering doing 100% online summer session. But that is, again, something that the deans need to discuss with their faculty, and that we need to get out there, hurry up, because I know the schedule is about to go live for registration April 6th. So we need to make sure that we have all of that in place. Let's see. I don't think there's any constraint on using your home computer to deliver online classes, but be cognizant always of information security as Carl has pointed out. Face-to-face office hour meetings allowed if students request it. I would say you need to be able to have 6 feet of distance between you and the students. And if the students are, needing to take the bus to come to campus, please consider that they're not 6 feet away from everybody else on the bus. So as much as possible, I would encourage all faculty to have these kind of meetings. If there's something that you need to be looking at together, then email the documents ahead of the meeting, but please do minimize your face-to-face with anyone. Mandatory, yeah, for those who are exposed to people in level 1 or 2, I don't believe it's mandatory quarantine yet, but please be paying attention to the notifications on the HR website. There are answers there about travelers. Can you please give an approximate date when working from home may start? As soon as you get the approval from your supervisor and your program administrator, working from home can start. So as soon as you can get online and look at what the form looks like and get the guidelines, we can start that. Wait, I'm losing track. What am I missing? Oh, embassies. Yeah, we were getting word from Sean folks at HIC that embassies, American embassies in Japan and Korea are now closed, which means visas are not being given out, which means students may not be able to come here in the fall. So we're considering what to do about that. Like storm the barricades? No, but maybe consider being able to deliver online to the students in those countries without their having to come here. Public facing services may be, yes, curtailed, that's correct. Libraries will be closed to the public. Yes, other facilities may follow, yes. So people in Kekalike, we're not serving the public, we're serving our students, employees, and prospective students, not general public. What else am I missing here? Relatively safe workspace for technology poor students. Yes, students will have access to computers in the library. Again, library will be maintaining computers at social distance so that students are not side by side at the computer stations. We will be asking them to keep distance. So it's like every other computer. What? I'm sorry. Okay, hold on.
I'm sorry, Josh.
Okay, Tricia, could you mute your microphone, please? Okay, what am I missing? Forms will be disseminated as PDFs because are not accessible. Yeah, everything. I don't know where the forms are going to be. I couldn't get to them. So at some point, Naval, you want to say something?
Yeah, there was on Don Westover's question, he put the link and I just downloaded it.
Okay, thank you, Don. So all of you can see that link before it goes too far up the page. Okay, all right. Computer labs in STEM and COPICO. At this point, I'm thinking if you can maintain social distance. STEM is a little bit difficult because it is set up for group work and it is set up for lots of people sitting around places, so I don't think that would be appropriate. But if COPICO can maintain social distance between students at the computers, I would think that's okay. So Evan's question about social distancing with the computers in the testing center. This is why we're asking faculty not to think of the testing center as their #1 way for their students to be assessed this semester. Students will be waiting outside. and outside the library even, because we don't want students standing in line next to each other. So it is going to be very difficult. Sunny, do you have something you'd like to say about testing center?
Yes, we're going to be moving to a scheduled format, so students will have to pre-register for a time slot. We think that's going to reduce crowding, and students will be in a single line 6 feet apart from each other. If the line has to go out the door, then the line has to go out the door. But we're expecting less crowding because we're going to pre-scheduling.
Thank you.
Louise,
Yes?
for the form, voluntary work at home, it's still a draft because they're asking the unions to check on it.
Yes. Yes, everything is still fluid, as we've been saying. Flo has a question. Would it be easier faculty staff to request work from home by division, department, cluster, or program? It has to be by department, and you need to get your supervisor. And since sometimes faculty are not considered supervisors, it would be in the best interest of the deans to be involved in the decision.
Sheldon had a question for me. We have a URL that we're starting to make public today, and where Annie has worked on a memo that should be going out, but we're waiting for approvals.
Okay. Okay, the answers to the question about which classes were approved to be exempted from the online delivery, Maria has that. Maria, you want to give us an update, please?
I already sent it to the deans, so your deans would know if your classes have been approved. We still have some classes that we need to reconsider, and most of them, and all of them, are in arts and sciences. Because what we want is to have consistency among the community colleges. So if, for example, Chem 161 lab is being offered online at another campus, then why can they do it and why can't we do it? So it's collaborating with other campuses to find out how they're doing it so that we can also do it online. So we're working on that one.
There's a question from Harry, or a comment about alternatives to testing center. Yes, one could always ask the faculty to do their own proctoring in a classroom that allows for social distancing rather than using the testing center facilities. So yes, there are alternatives.
Louise, this is Lisa. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Martin had sent a question. I just wanted to let everyone know, in within the health science world, we are really investigating the list of courses that were requested, because we cannot ensure that there is that 6-foot distance maintained. So look for some changes. I just need to have them approved by Chancellor, and then we'll be sending that out soon, but there'll probably be some significant changes to health programs.
Thanks, Lisa. As we firm up all of these services, like what's open, what's not open, where can students go for this and that, we'll make sure that we put it up on the website. Yes, there are concerns about dual credit students. Since the DOE changed its date already, I think that's something for the faculty who are teaching those classes on the DOE campuses, where now the DOE campuses are still shut till into April. Those are really serious questions to have about whether you can deliver the courses online to the students, whether it's time to just say, no, my curriculum is such that if I'm delayed that much longer, I cannot offer the class. So those are really serious conversations that the faculty need to have, their department chairs, their deans, and with Sheldon as well. Social distance grant is pretty sure all of the time. And it is 6 feet. Deaf and hard of hearing. Any consideration given to in-person service windows? I believe that there is some discussion at Kekalike about using the service windows and not the front desks. Is that right? Jerry, are you on the line?
I can answer. So yeah, I think. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Jerry.
Nope, yours.
Oh, okay. So I think if you pass down on the Ilima building wing where Kekalike is, basically there's the old windows that used to be operational. Basically, we just kind of did some, not remodeling, but moved some places around. So financial aid as well as registration can be accessed through that cashier's window now. So that main lobby area is closed off to the public, and any students or people who need help will go through the service window.
Thank you. The Copico computer labs, I will defer to BLT and to Tony Yee to find out if they can manage the social distancing in computer labs.
Lori Burke.
Okay, Laurie Burke.
I'm not getting to the
You could just talk right here.
Oh, hi everyone. Yes, this is Lori Burke. Copico Learning Community will be available. We'll also be looking at capacity limits, and we'll adjust the computers so that there's social distancing occurring.
Again, you know, we're building the car as we go down the highway at 100 miles an hour, and the highway keeps changing as we move. So this is, as we keep saying, this is a situation that changes hour by hour. We will try as best as we can to corral all the information about facilities. Again, we don't want to make every room available to every person so that we have to be going down there and sanitizing 4 times a day in every place. So we will be limiting classrooms. If there is a need for a classroom for a test, work with your department chair, work with Wanda. We'll try to figure out how best to make the rooms available for the folks who need them, and only when they need them. Yes, the question about how do we help students within 6 feet of space, is it? It is the question, and I don't know how you do that. Truly, it is going to be a serious challenge. I am most concerned about students who are now in an online class when that's not what they thought they were getting when they signed up. So they will be most in need of assistance. Okay, so there's a note from Michael Lynn. Does anybody have access to cleaning supplies? Looks like EMS Hilo can't get. Anybody from auxiliary services on the line? I know it's a challenge.
This is Brian. We are in the same situation, Lori, as everyone else. In fact, Ken Kalevahea over at Hawaii CC is also trying to find cleaning supplies. It's just unfortunate for all of us. We don't have a lot of storage on all of our campuses, and we only had a limited supply to begin with, and that's of everything. So yeah, our apologies. We're starting to send some cleaning supplies out. We will try to get some out to you folks, but it is minimal at best.
There was a question earlier that I missed about faculty or staff who have ongoing health issues but are required to be at work. If they are vulnerable population, I think we will need to deal with those separately. There are lots and lots of HR FAQs of what about this and what about people who are like that and what about people who are like that, and I don't want to misspeak. So if that's a situation you find yourself in when you are compromised already because you have some immunodeficiencies or some other health issues that make you highly vulnerable, please check the HR website first and then talk to your supervisor. Wipes and spray cleaner. Who's this? Alyssa. Hard of hearing people. Text messages. If we can use text messaging with folks who are deaf or hard of hearing, that is probably a way around needing to talk loud and be close. How are we accommodating students who do not feel that they can be successful in learning the online format? I would think that folks like Christy Malter and others who are working very hard on distance learning strategies can be of some assistance. With that, we need to be mindful of them, and we need for the instructional faculty to be asking who needs help, where's the struggle, so that we can best know how to help each student. It's not going to be easy, and I'm not saying that it will, but I think if we ask the students where they need the help and direct the help to them as best we can, that I hope will help alleviate some of the anxiety. Thank you, Harry. Soapy water. Just a little messier. We are not going to be open to the general public, so that question is out. We are trying to maintain regular hours as far as I know. We've not discussed shortening the day.
Sorry, if I can add to that one too, Jerry. One thing as we move forward, when looking at the hours of operation, just to remain consistent amongst all the programs that have the frontline staff. So like your program, MKC, cashiers, even including the library, to make sure there's some kind of consistent set of hours, just so everybody can kind of be on the same page in terms of being able to offer these services to students. But I think those questions will kind of get answered as we start to meet and go over each program's plans as to how we can accommodate the students' needs.
There's a question about La Lima's capacity to handle the increased need. Carl, you want to address that?
Yes, ITS did indicate that they are bolstering all their systems, including La Lima. It is anticipated that with the work they're currently doing and have been doing for the past several days will be sufficient to support the increased demand.
Okay, wait, grab and go food, yes. Subway will be open, lunch truck will be open, and there, last time I heard, there was going to be some service out of the cafeteria for just grab and go, but the cafeteria itself will not be open. We don't want students congregating. If students want to withdraw, they certainly can do that. We are also going to be very compassionate about students who go 2 weeks or 3 weeks into the online class and say, oh God, I really can't do this, and we will allow those late withdrawals, but there will be no refunds. Let's see, what else? Something from Janine about some assistance for deaf and hard of hearing folks. Status of commencement, good question. It is right now tenuous. So there is some consideration for moving to a fall commencement, but that's not been decided yet. What, La Lima downtime is Sunday, 4 hours starting at 6. Oh, that's not good. Yes, we will have relatively safe computer spaces on the campus. The library will be open. Copico lab will be open. Okay. I think, Carl, if there's a note to get to people that maybe they're going to try to get to work Sunday morning, 8 o'clock. There might be some people who don't know that, even though it's normal. They may be trying all of this for the first time, and I would rather that they not get frustrated. So if there's a message that can go out to the faculty that says, please don't try La Lima, have a easy Sunday morning, have a cup of coffee and a coffee and a newspaper, then that would be better. They may not know that. Thank you for that, Laurie. Canceling the farmer's market? I believe so. Yes, Brian?
Yes, farmers market is closed until further notice, Tuesday and Saturdays. And that goes for all facilities used from the outside.
Okay. Thank you from Kikaha. So there's more than just the library and Copico. There's upstairs in Iliahe as well. Buildings that might be closed, still up in the air. We're working on that. Depends on which classes are going to be held face to face.
Yeah, sorry if I might expand on that, Louise. So
Sure.
It does really truly depend on what is approved for continuation of face-to-face traditional type teaching. And then on top of that, the first probably couple of weeks, this is all brand new, and we're going to have to really figure out how to manage the situation, and then make, at that point, after the first couple of weeks, then make final decisions on which is going to be closed on a longer term basis.
Same, this is from Evan. Oh, there's a financial aid one too. I'm not sure about that, Auntie Coco. I'm not sure about financial aid. I try not to know anything about financial aid. It's too complicated for me. Maybe Jennifer could help on that one. Evan, I'm sorry, someone want to speak?
Sorry, Jennifer, are you online? No. I think that one, I mean, as of right now, and hopefully I'm not wrong, I haven't seen any language that would suggest otherwise, that financial aid is making any adjustments because of our current situation. I have seen things from the VA as well as other programs, but nothing from financial aid. But if we do get something that does come down, Jennifer will probably disseminate it right away. But right now, I would say it's a no.
Okay, let's see. Faculty office hours. If you're going to change your office hours, you might just need to tell your students. I don't track office hours. I don't think anybody does, but that's yours to do. Cashier's office, I imagine, will be open. I've not heard otherwise. There are other questions. What notifications are being sent to students about classes that are online only? Noel?
Sorry, let me try to read that.
What notifications are being sent to students notifying them that classes are online only?
So basically the campus communication is that courses will be moving online, although all courses won't be online as adjustments need to be made. So that's the campus one coming from the ones online. Also, my email to students is that courses will be online. However, there will be some that might be in person. I think the miscommunication is coming down from various other avenues, like the newspaper or news people who are saying that UH is moving completely online. So I think people read the first sentence, but not the second one. So that's where some misunderstandings might be going out to the public and where it might be confusing. But just so everybody knows, most courses will be online. Some of them just cannot be online, so they'll be in person. So the best communication is have the students contact their instructors or check for that email because that's what we're kind of depending on because it's really on a day-by-day basis.
Yes. And I would think that once we get the firm listing of which classes are going to be exempt from the online delivery, we will ask the faculty to make sure that they connect with their students. All the faculty can connect with their students to let them know Monday, March 23rd, we will be online, or Monday, March 23rd and throughout, we will be meeting as usual in this room, or we will be meeting in an alternate room to allow for social distancing. So that's the messaging that the faculty will need to also send to each of their classes. There's a lot of good advice being provided by folks in the chat, so I appreciate that. Thank you. Can we change the homepage to redirect right to coronavirus? I would rather not, just because there are things we want our students to be thinking about besides the coronavirus, which is making sure that they consider registering and that they consider applying to come to the college. So it's a one click. And thank you, Jamie, for recording this and archiving all of these questions. So we'll make sure that people know that they can do that. Come back and see all of this. Did I miss anything? I'm looking. Thanks, Harry. I understand it's kind of a challenge to start a Zoom session, so I hope faculty are testing to make sure that they know how to do that before Monday. Other thoughts, other questions, you guys? It's just tough time. Counselors working from home are required to come to campus. Again, this is a decision that will be made in conjunction with the supervisor and the program administrator, please. It's a question of function. If the services can be delivered online, then they should be delivered online to minimize people coming into contact with each other or requiring that students come to see us and having to brave the world out there. But Angela.
I'm sorry, I just might as well speak. I was just trying to say that the latest updates banner on our homepage doesn't really, it just says stay informed, get current information, plan for your future. So it's not very clear that there's more information about COVID-19 and whether we're open anywhere on the very first click on kapiolani.hawaii.edu.
Okay, thank you. Alani Child Care Center is closed. And up until we heard today about the extended DOE closure, we were following the DOE March 30 comeback. And this thing today about the DOE extending its downtime to April. As far as I know, the child care centers are in conversations and they were supposed to follow the DOE schedule. So I'm guessing that means that child care centers will not open until April, what is it, 7 for the DOE. Okay, what else? Anyone who wants to just hop on and play Zoom can hop here, okay. IDs and faculty have created a Padlet full of teaching tips. Yeah, I saw that. Non-credit programs still follow UH credit program guidelines. Yes, please. We do not want continuing ed classes to have people coming together. Social distancing and yeah, online as best as you can. Oh yeah, thanks, Rich. If only I would have thought better. Bought shares in Zoom, good idea.
Sorry, I think to address, I don't know if we addressed it. Coco's questions about students, basically because of the extension of the DOE, they also provide childcare. I think I knew that in the standpoint of our employees, but forgot to think about our students, which is my part on that one. But I think that one, it's a lot of these things, it kind of comes along as things change. If you guys could submit these requests on the document through the webpage that sends the questions directly to the administrators, because these are the kind of things that we got to keep aware of and try to make accommodations as necessary. I don't have an answer right now. I think it's just for everybody to just be aware that these issues might come up come March 23rd, and looking at all the way through April 6th now with the extension of DOE. I don't know how we actually can accommodate them. I just ask that people kind of be sensitive that this is probably an issue that is going to happen. And I realize that students are going to be doing things online, but then again, trying to watch a child while doing an online class may also not be the most conducive for their learning.
Yeah. There are also concerns about multiple people in the family trying to access devices and their own home internet all at the same time. So yeah, it's just going to be a challenge. Thank you, Lisa. We'll need to find a way to make sure that we're not bombarding people with emails all day long, but we will make sure that we are keeping you updated on whatever changes take place as soon as we can in a way that is reasonable and sensible.
Can I say something really quick?
Sure.
I just wanted to thank the faculty and staff and everybody for such great work in this past week. I'm thinking that some of so we had maybe about 50 classes that were asking for face-to-face, and that went down about to 25. And the classes that they did not approve were classes that other campuses are teaching online. So maybe just a little advice is that I'm sure the chairs are looking into this already, is to figure out who your colleague is at another campus and ask them, how are you teaching your class online? And my guess is that's really the reason why they haven't approved that specific class to be taught face-to-face here on our campus. And I do think that just because I'm usually slow with a lot of stuff I do, if I had to teach online, I may just inform my students that we'll be maybe starting on Wednesday. I'm just trying to move my stuff online as quick as possible, just so I can offer the best service to the students. And I think some faculty might need a little bit more time to get their stuff online. And TLC has done a great job, but I think just offering some of the faculties a little bit more time to think of that if they require students to come, that means some of your students will be jumping on the bus and might catch something. So whatever we can do to support faculty in trying to, I know we've approved some courses, but I'm just thinking ahead that what do we do when everything shuts down and they cannot jump on the bus anymore and you have to stay at home? But trying to see how we can give time to the faculty who they've been approved, but trying to just engage with TLC and see how possibly this could work online. And I know the faculty on campus are really creative and they do a great job. So I just wanted to kind of throw in that advice, if that's even of any help.
Thanks, Naval. There's a note from Lava Shade that says there's a lot of Molokai sweet bread that needs to get given away. So please do go buy it. Iliahi 231.
Can I also add to, especially right now, I think we're worrying so much about a bunch of other stuff that we kind of are keeping busy with a lot of tasks, but please remember to take care of ourselves. And the food pantry, it's not only open to students, but also our employees of the campus. And I know, like right now is an extremely tough time to go to the grocery stores and nothing's there. And a sense of panic is kind of rising. So to be able to accommodate that, go ahead and stop by over there. Talk with the team, but it is available for our employees as well. I think we shouldn't assume that everybody's kind of okay right now, and it's an additional resource. So like I said, just kind of take care of everybody. Refer whoever isn't online, but just to kind of take advantage of these resources. And feel free to stop by to just kind of check out the space while adhering to social distancing.
Other thoughts? Does the food pantry have toilet paper? I'm down to 2 rolls.
Louise, I have a quick public service announcement. Since everybody's been on this Zoom, please take note, especially in the Windward side or any valleys. Right now it's storming pretty hard and Waikani Stream is overflowing. So y'all just be careful if you live out that side.
Thanks, Brian. Oh, well, I missed out on the toilet paper at the food pantry, okay. Where's the food pantry? Lavashay. Above Subway, thank you. Brooke, we need to be mindful that situation can change at any time. And if we are going to need to shut down and shelter in place as they have done in San Francisco area, we need to be prepared to do that. What that means, I have no idea right now. It just means those people that are delivering their services and their instruction online will have the ability to keep going forward. But I don't know if it comes to it that somebody in the state emergency medical or emergency management system says, that's it, we're done, everybody stay home. I would guess that the university would put forward something that says the semester is done. I don't know. Again, every day, every hour, something new comes up that we need to deal with, and that's just a challenge for us all. And mostly, it is really first, you know, as they say when you're on the airplanes, is when the masks come down, put the mask on yourself first before you help others. It's very important that you keep yourself safe, that you keep yourself calm as much as possible. Look out for your kids, look out for the elders in your family, look out for each other in your departments, and worry about your students when that time comes as well. It is really a very difficult time and people are very anxious and there are not answers for everything right now. So if you have a question, please do let us know. We will try our best to give you the information as best as we can, whatever we have available. Last questions, last comments from anybody?
Can I share something real quick?
Sure.
I just want to say I'm disappointed that I didn't get any gift cards when that spam email went out asking for your services in a time of need. No, but seriously, I think I want to thank the campus just for the severe, not severe, just the overwhelming support during this time. Please don't apologize for emailing us as well as the administrators these extra tasks that we're extremely busy. It just helps us get a better idea of how things are going. And if we're missing something, it reminds us to kind of keep that task on. So I understand this is an extremely stressful situation, and I thank you guys as I try to communicate to you folks as fast as possible. But I just really wanted to say thank you. Just you guys have been more supportive than anything else during this really difficult time for us. So thanks again.
I'm thinking that this kind of worked okay. Yeah, Michael, and I was just thinking this, that maybe we need to have this kind of daily check-in, at least for the next few days, as we try to work through all of the questions. Again, if you have questions, don't wait. Email the most relevant person. And we'll try to set something up on a regular basis. Maybe this time, I don't know. But we will continue to do this. So until then, everybody stay safe, stay dry, take care of yourself and take care of each other, okay? We'll check in again tomorrow. Bye all.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.